Graham and Gruff took on a new adventure. They dove into the unknown world called AP Language and Composition. They didn't know it yet, but it was going to be one of the most treacherous journeys they have ever taken.
I think we're lost. How are we supposed to know what to do? We have to get to the other side. Let's see what AP Lang has for us. But where do we start? We don't know how to address any of these prompts. Wait, do you see that sign right there?
Rhetorical situation boat.
Yeah, it says rhetorical situation boat. Let's have a closer look. Come on, let's go.
Rhetorical situation is the foundation for everything you do in AP Lang. Reading a text or prompt is not enough. Ask yourself, what can you infer? What are the author's beliefs? Who is the audience? What is the message? As you start to answer these basic questions, you'll be able to navigate through the river using the rhetorical boat and filling out as much as information that you can infer. Once you're aboard the boat, you can travel into the MCQ forest and the essay ocean.
Oh, so it's the base for everything. So I have to also consider the context and exigence, right? Yes. With these, we can have a full understanding of the text and questions before we begin our journey. Let's get on board the rhetorical situation boat. Full navigation mode on.
As they delve into the unknown, Graham and Gruff were later met with the depths of the MCQ forest. What will happen? Do you think they'll answer the 45 questions under the time limit?
Graham, watch out! There's a big MCQ monster there. We need to know how to fight it before it gets to us. Let's answer the first MCQ, as fast as we can. Wait, shouldn't we read the passage first to understand how to answer it?
You're right. The first step to answering an MCQ before even looking at it is skimming through the passage. Take your time to look at keywords and main ideas for each paragraph.
We've now read the passage, but we're so lost in how to answer the question.
Remember that we have 4 possible answers given to you. Eliminate the ones that don't look right until you have only a few options left.
What do we do? We don't have time to finish. Should we leave them blank?
Try to always pick an answer for every question. Guessing is always better than leaving them blank. Graham and Gruff defeat the MCQ monster and continue their journey.
Oh no! It's the argument monster.
Tosses a prompt. Read an essay that argues your position on how people should demonstrate their appreciation to nature. To defeat him, you must use the 3 sacred steps: thesis, evidence, and reasoning.
Oh no! What do we do? Help us, Jungle Master!
To begin, you have to start by the thesis, which is your main claim. So you have to answer the prompt, take a stance, and preview your reasoning.
Okay, so I'll use this claim sword to attack the monster. People should show appreciation for nature by respecting all life and embracing our connection to it. Yeah, it's clear, direct, and strong. Then go ahead with evidence. Prove your point using rehugo, like personal experience or real-life world examples. Remember to explain why this evidence helps to build your argument. So let's use the song Colors of the Wind, because it reminds us that nature has life and spirit. Yeah, and also the sequoias in Ecuador thank nature through rituals, showing deep respect. So both evidences can help us to support our main idea, and rather than just summarizing them, we have to use them to strengthen our position.
Yeah, good job, but now you have to build your line of reasoning. Here, you explain why your evidence matters and how both of your subclaims connect.
We have to use both of these claims, sword and shield evidence, to build our argument, advance and focus on how our commentary contributes to it. So the shield of the lyrics shows everything of nature has value, and the sequoia proves that the true appreciation means connection, not just use.
Okay, that's a start. Remember that in each body paragraph, start with a clear point. Use strong evidence and explain how it supports your thesis. You can build your argument and create this claim.
Humans should respect nature by honoring all life and recognizing our shared world.
No, your logic is too strong. You have defeated me.
And so Graham and Gruff learned strong arguments are clear, connected, and powerful.
It's like building a bridge to your reader.
Graham and Gruff continue to walk through the woods until they are met with a giant wall. Plot twist, it has a passage written on it. Trying to persuade them to take a shortcut, will it be a better idea than continuing with the regular path?
What choices is the author making to persuade us into going through the shortcut? I'm feeling lost. Well, I remember Cassie said to look for choices including sentence structure, positive and negative connotations, appeals like ethos, pathos, and logos, look at use of pronouns, figurative language, and so many others.
Listen up. If you want to continue your quest, you'll have to write an essay analyzing those choices you just mentioned. Remember, for quotes to be effectively included, they should be under 9 words instead of using the line number.
We have our choices picked out, but are a bit lost in the structure. Is it free structure, just like argument?
Actually, rhetorical essays follow a very specific structure. For the introduction, you'll want to introduce and explain a rhetorical situation that you learned about before. At the end of these paragraphs, you have to include your thesis statement with your 2 subclaims. For the body paragraphs, you have to follow the ice warrant structure.
I remember ICE, introduce, cite, and explain, right? But is the warrant the same as explaining the connection between your evidence and subclaim?
No, the warrant is an explanation of how the choices you're analyzing for the subclaims support the general argument. Remember, when explaining the choices, don't simply summarize them, but explain how they're effective in regards to the specific context, audience, purpose, or message.
Okay, I think I got the basics. Yes, let's do it.
Wait, I have one surprise for you. There's a secret way to getting a power-up. It's called the sophistication point, and can only be achieved if you're able to situate the text in the larger context or refer to specific elements of the rhetorical situation on several times.
Great! Now, I think we're completely prepared to write the essay. Yes, also taking into consideration the choices we just analyzed, I think it's the best idea to take the shortcut after analyzing the rhetorical situation. We also added complexity to our analysis, so we earned new power-ups that will help us travel to the forest quickly and more efficiently.
Grom and Grove get back on the boat and continue a journey down the river. Suddenly, 4 glowing scrolls rise from the water. Their synthesis quest has begun. The Jungle Master appears. Adventurers. Your mission: develop your position on the future role of Zeus. Use the 4 scrolls as your guide.
Okay, here's what they say. Source A, PETA. Zeus harm animals. Source B, Clay. Zeus help conservation. Source C, Worldland. Sanctuaries are better. Source D, visitors don't engage as much with Zeus. Lots of views here. Let's read and choose wisely. We'll use source A for animal harm, source C for alternatives, and source C for the education angle. Yes, source A connects both subclaims. It's key to use that one. So our picks are source A, which exemplifies animal harm, source C, which demonstrates alternatives, and source D, which is a failure to educate. Okay, our claim will be: zoos should not exist in the future, they harm animals and fail to educate. Strong! Let's back it up! Subclaim 1. Zoos cause psychological harm, supported by source A. That's perfect. Let's continue with subclaim 2. Zoos fail to educate, shown by source D. We'll mention source B support for conservation, but argue that harm and poor education outweigh it. That shows complexity. We're not ignoring the other side. Let's stay focused. Don't just summarize. We explain why the sources matter. Exactly. Our analysis drives the essay, not the sources. We should also mention real alternatives like sanctuaries, so we offer a solution. That gives our argument purpose and a real-world impact. Great work, adventurers. Keep going. Let's structure it. Introduction with a thesis, 2 body paragraphs with subclaims, and finally a conclusion. Clear and strong. Let's finish the quest. We finished! Yay!
Now that Grom and Grove have ended their journey, they wanted to give y'all some tips for AP Lang, especially ones that will help you in the beginning.
We recommend using methods of development, like description, cause and effect, and compare and contrast to organize your ideas, and to also develop your essays. Watch out for logical fallacies. They can weaken your argument without you even realizing. Also, use strong appeals, like ethos, pathos, and logos, to connect with your reader and make your case stronger. And don't forget, chicken feed before starting your essay. That has been the AP Lang Crash Course. Thank you for listening.